Hey guys, welcome to Purdy Simple Country Cooking. So I just tried to post this video and I had some background music and the Book of Faces kept flagging it for, copyrights or something like that just for background music. So I just took it off and thought I'd come on here and do this voiceover for you guys. So anyway, this is the cake that I showed you guys earlier. I made some homemade chocolate buttercream frosting, powdered sugar, butter, some vanilla extract, and the cocoa powder, and a little bit of milk. So you see here, I got my layers started. I like to put a little dollop of frosting on the cake board there so it doesn't move around. I made my cakes earlier this morning and I popped them in the freezer. I like to frost them when they're a little bit chilled. It makes them a little bit more sturdy, easier to work with, something that I've learned in the past 6 months. And this is a disclaimer. I am not a professional cake decorator. Believe it or not, I'm pretty much self-taught. I have a really good friend, Miss Lynn, that has given me lots of tips and advice along the way, but pretty much I have taught myself by watching Facebook Reels and just practice. So have a little grace with your girl. I know it's not perfect, but I just enjoy doing it. So after I frost all the layers, I take my little scraper and try to smooth down the edges, and I'll go around it 1 or 2 times and scrape the extra frosting off of it, and then I'll use my little spatula if there's any uneven spots, add a little more frosting, scrape it again. It's a process, guys. And then for this type of cake, sometimes if I'm not wanting it to be really smooth, I take my offset spatula and do this little number. Makes it look a little rustic, and it gives you a little grace with how it looks. It doesn't have to be perfect on the sides. And then I just used it, went in a circle on the top to make it pretty there. Smoothed out my edges because I like pretty sharp edges on the side, on the top there. And then I already had my piping bags ready. I had a large tip. So then I just put in my frosting in my piping bag. And then I went to town. I did get a paper towel and wipe the edges off of that board because it drives me crazy if there's something on it, even though my border here was going to cover that up. And you can also see how my cake slid to one side a little bit. I just don't like messing with it a whole lot. And then I made some little dollops on top. Halfway through, I had to put some more frosting in there. Finished it up. You always have to get those air pockets out if you add more frosting. And then I had a smaller one and put some frosting in there, and then went around the bottom border with a smaller little piping border. That's what I'm doing here. Doop, 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 doop. And then I had some extra cake batter, so I had made some miniature little cake bites. They weren't even considered cupcakes. You see Josh, he loved it. Josh and Jackson both. So I told him to bring those over and I would frost the rest of those. I mean, they're tiny. Tiny but good. They had little chocolate chips in there too. So I went ahead and finished frosting what was left of those. Jackson approved, guys. So there you go. There's the cake. I hope you guys liked watching. Thank you guys for everything you do, and keep your eyes on Jesus and you're cooking pretty simple. Love you. Bye.